Banks as profit-making machines, exploiting financial vulnerability. It is often asked how banks and financial institutions generate substantial profits from customers, even when those customers are not actively borrowing. The answer lies in fees, numerous fees. However, the methods by which they achieve this often involve capitalizing on the financial struggles of low-income individuals. Fees for every ATM withdrawal, bounced check, and overdraft, while seemingly minor for those with disposable income, accumulate significantly for those struggling to make ends meet. This creates a critical cycle where predatory fees not only extract money, but actively deter vulnerable populations from engaging with the formal banking system. A $10 monthly fee translates to $120 annually, a sum that could otherwise be allocated to essential groceries, transportation, or debt repayment for someone barely scraping by. These transactions incur fees averaging $4.66 per transaction, including a $3.14 surcharge from the ATM owner. $7 for an individual making several withdrawals a week. These fees quickly accumulate, potentially costing up to $80 a month, money that could otherwise be spent on basic necessities like food or rent. The systemic nature of these charges is further evidenced by multi-million-dollar antitrust settlements paid by major banks like Bank of America, Morgan Chase, and Wells Fargo, as well as card networks like Visa and MasterCard for allegations related to ATM fees. This indicates that these fees are not isolated incidents but part of a broader, potentially anti-competitive system designed to extract wealth. The legal challenges against these practices underscore that they are not universally accepted as fair, further solidifying the argument that the system is structured to benefit the powerful. This system ensures that those with the least financial capacity pay more for basic banking services, which, in an equitable system, should be affordable for everyone. Consequently, these individuals are pushed towards even more exploitative alternatives, such as check cashers or high-cost lenders, exacerbating their financial precarity and limiting their access to wealth-building opportunities. This mechanism of exclusion further entrenches poverty. In 2020 alone, banks collectively received approximately $5 billion from overdraft fees. Morgan Chase led the way with $1.028 billion, and Wells Fargo was close behind with $1 billion. While these fees constituted only 2% of JPMO or GAN's net income in 2024, their impact is disproportionately borne by low and middle-income customers who have minimal financial margin for error. The unsettling truth is that these fees are not merely an inconvenience. They represent a fundamental mechanism by which the banking system traps the poor in a cycle of debt and poverty. In stark contrast, the wealthy possess the knowledge and resources to circumvent these fees entirely. Banks operate as businesses, and like any business, their primary objective is to maximize profit. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau (CFPB) has determined that the actual cost to banks for processing an overdraft is roughly $55, yet banks frequently charge between $30 and $40 per transaction. The CFPB finalized a rule in December 2024 to cap these fees at $5 for large banks, or at their proven break-even costs. 6, however, the banking industry has voiced strong opposition, asserting that they cannot sustainably offer overdraft services to their customers at $5 per overdraft. This opposition, juxtaposed with the billions collected in fees, underscores that these charges are not merely operational necessities but lucrative revenue streams extracted from the most vulnerable. A deeper examination reveals that the fear of surprise overdrafts and non-sufficient funds (NSF) fees is a primary reason why unbanked consumers choose to avoid traditional banks altogether. Monthly maintenance fees, ranging from $5 to $15 on low-balance checking accounts, appear small but represent a substantial burden for those living paycheck to paycheck. Many low-income individuals, particularly in underserved areas, lack convenient access to traditional banking services, compelling them to use out-of-network ATMs.